just ready, KSI, Logan Paul, as they come head to head.
Right now, I'm training harder than I've ever trained in my life. I'm just gonna make him suffer. I want to make sure that I show people that I can become a pro boxer and show that, yeah, talent can get you far, but hard work can take you anywhere.
We are entering the realm of professional boxing. People die in the sport. This is a dangerous sport. I'm not gonna go to war without my weapons. And to get those weapons takes years of training, dedication, passion. I don't think the average creator can do that.
What up, guys? It is your lad DJ Wacky, and I'm back with my homie Briggs there. Obviously, we wanted to look into, and I said it for a while, discuss the latest fight that's going to be coming up, KSI versus Logan Paul, the rematch. It's going to take place in Logan Paul's home ground this time around in the USA, so that is one thing. It just shows how big the event is, to be honest, and right now there's so many YouTubers talking about this, unlike myself, and I think you are as well, obviously, Briggs. Yeah. We're kind of hyped up for this because there has been a lot of hype built around it. What I'm going to do, right, is we're going to go through a couple of things just to get our thoughts and opinion of it. Obviously, we're not going to kind of like go biased for one person because I'm rooting for KSI. I think
I'll be backing KSI.
You're rooting for KSI as well, but I'm not going to go into like KSI. We're going to look at obviously both competitors at the end of the day and take it as it is.
Respect for both competitors at the moment. They're both putting in time, so you've got to rate both of them really at the minute.
That's it, mate, and that's one thing. But let's rewind back firstly, Briggsy. Who did you think should win the last fight when these guys went up head to head?
See, it's tough because no one did enough to really show that the other one was about to be knocked out.
Yeah.
So because of that, I could see why it's a draw, but I feel like KSI the last few rounds proper gave. There was edges. Logan weren't moving, man. He weren't moving. He was just blocking and defending for his life. That is true what KSI said.
No, I generally agree. I think KSI had the edge. I think Logan's got really good stamina. You can tell that he's able to take him.
Distance,
both of them did go pretty much ham on one another, but I think KSI had just that a bit more. I don't know. He just had that charisma a bit more. He had that power shots, and I think it wasn't because of the last rounds. What Logan Paul did to obviously counteract, fight back. It might have given him the edge for that draw, but I just would have sided with KSI. I think he did deserve that fight just slightly a bit more. But you gotta understand. I think KSI had that mindset ready. And then he's done this before with obviously Joe Weller, and he pretty much came and destroyed. I think that stood out over there. But Logan Paul, like he said, 3 months training. He does come from a fighting background, but 3 months training.
The thing that I'm struggling with at the minute is if you put two fighters equally the same, not Logan Paul, KSI, but let's say same weight, same build, everything.
Yeah.
And you look at them on paper stats, Logan's won this fight.
Yeah,
there's more reach, bigger build. He's a lot longer defending from outside. He can walk back and punch KSI. There's no real contest as that. But at the same time, I know that being massive doesn't always work out to your advantage. But on paper, you know what I'm saying. It looks like KSI should lose this fight, and that's why I don't know, man. If you put two people on the same training for so long, I'm gonna pick the taller guy every time. It's just the way that I'd work it.
I don't know about tallness because, if you watch MMA, freaking UFC especially,
DC and
DC, how well he destroyed it, and I think because DC had that bit of the edge, and I think
he's a legend though. He's a legend that's been in the sport for years.
I'm thinking how KSI could be like him because think about this, right? Let's be realistic for a moment. KSI is fully dedicated. I mean, this guy's been going ham, and What I think KSI has got the biggest advantage is psychological advantage. You can tell he's getting to Logan Paul's head, especially in the press conference. Like JJ's got it handled.
Yeah, he's calm in the press conference. That is true. In both press conferences, he's not even bothered what this guy's got to say anymore. He just wants to knock him out.
Yeah, you can generally tell, and I think it is digging into Logan's skin, and Logan hasn't got that ability. I think if you separate the two guys as it is, KSI just got that a bit of cockiness about him, a bit of that presence, that fighting presence as well. Like if it wasn't for the fact he was a big YouTuber and if he fully dedicated himself to boxing or MMA, and I've always seen, if I always saw him as a UFC fighter or something, then you know what, I can so easily see JJ in that environment, but with Logan not so much. And it's weird because Logan's the one from the fighting background, but KSI's just had it handled. Like I said, he's calm, and that's the one thing. He's relaxed. He knows he's going in there like pretty much ready. Mind is ready to freaking go to war, and that stands out for everybody. I think every professional's looking at him, and even the interviews that he does, and saying that this fella's ready.
Yeah, he's looking like. I feel like there's got to be a knockout. There has to be some sort of finish. I think everybody's in agreement there. I don't see us going distance with no head guards, lesser ounce gloves. Someone's getting hurt in this fight. I think someone's going down and they ain't getting up. It might not even be nice to watch, if I'm totally honest. Whoever goes down, they're going to hit them as hard as they can to finish them. It's not going to be he's had enough, I'll leave him alone. It's going to be a bang, you know. This could go sour for someone real bad.
Do you think it's going to go all rounds in, or is someone going to get knocked out early?
I think it'll be a late knockout. I think it's whoever can still provide power late in. And to be honest, I feel like the later this goes, the more advantage it goes to Logan in this one, because Logan's cardio at the moment is looking amazing. He's been training for running as well. Alright, the event he pulled out, controversy and all that stuff, but he's still been training for stamina. He's still in really good shape. I feel like the later it goes, the more advantage Logan gets. So he should be aiming to take this distance and surprise KSI rather than go in trying to knock him out straight away. It cost him. I
think that's one thing you just pointed out. I think he needs to come out there with a bit of a surprise, because what it is with Logan, he's obviously going to be trying to go with the strikes. He knows his reach is his advantage, but KSI, I can see being so much tactical, and it won't be. I don't know if it's going to be a stamina issue, because cardio is a big thing, but if KSI aims for the body shots, tires him out, slows him down, because that's so much better and easier to do in boxing, to pretty much slow down your opponents. Like Jake Paul did that so well against Deja, and I think that will kind of shine out.
He was dying at the end when he really needed that towel throwing in Deja at the end. Fair play to him though still, but he needed that. If that didn't go in, he could have left in a lot of trouble.
I'm going to flip this up a bit, Who's got more to lose? If who
I'd say Logan, because Logan's already got JJ's got a sketchy past, but it's nowhere near as bad as Logan's.
I think
it's nowhere near. If Logan loses this, and then people already think he sucks, even people that never even knew who he was because of this event, now I think that he's a dick. It could cause big problems. That
I think I'm going to give him one thing, right? He's trying to get away with obviously what's happened with him recording that suicide in the forest. And I think he understands. Like, he was surrounded by yes men. I've read into it, but I think he was just pretty much surrounded by the wrong people. He got famous too early. You can tell he had a bit of a child mindset. Like, he's still a young guy, but KSI kind of matured up a bit more quicker than him. If I look at him as a man-to-man perspective, I can tell there's some part of him that needs growing up, but there's definitely a massive improvement from him last year before the fight to this year. I think he's starting to get there where he's realizing mentally, and I think something like this, him getting absolutely degraded by pretty much the public because of what he did, which obviously it raised that attention, but I think he understood, and that's the thing, he's trying to build himself out of that. And you got to give him you got to give him like richly credit for that, because that does take a hard man to pretty much come back from what has occurred from him. Mentally, he would have gone through a lot as well. But I think he's developing as a person, and he needs this in a sense. I think he really does need this to go out there and go for the win. I would so much so to say, even if he does end up losing, I hope he doesn't lose his development, his build-up, because he can. I'm just saying it as a, you know, like bro to bro sort of situation. If I sat with him, I don't want to see a person like that who's gone through crap to go through more crap. Like Joe Weller posted up a video of how he felt so rubbish after losing the fight, and
it should be a case of respect to both fighters. Definitely. These guys, what everyone has to remember is these guys have literally sacrificed for months, and if it gets to a point where they've done all this sacrifice and one of them does lose, even if it goes down real fast or heroically or not, he's still put in a lot of effort. I think the only time it's probably time to accept some criticism is if you go out down in the first like 3 seconds, but then done that prop to your opponent as well.
Yeah, that's
you know what I mean. So it's really, hopefully, best for them both. To be honest, I think Logan's grown up a bit more. He's still a bit more. I mean, look how he's acting in the press conference.
That's. I mean, there is obviously.
I can't excuse that. Like for you, I like Logan to some extent in what he's achieved and stuff, but like.
He's earned my respect.
Yeah,
he's earned my respect. Put it that way.
Don't be turning up at press conference acting like a clown, man. Just be real in it for a minute.
He was on about being professional first, and
he comes out like that.
He comes out like that as he was in the UK, and then in the USA he was kind of starting some things with KSI, and I think KSI kept it more calmer.
Yeah.
And Logan doesn't know, but that's technically him kind of putting a jab to himself at that point of time. You could tell he's trying to get into it, but he doesn't know how to get into it as much as KSI does. KSI's like probably been there studying about like literally psychology behind like boxers. I think if them two were going to be serious before the fight, they got professional fighters as well. To sit down there and watch, what is going on, watch little tactics. I'll be like,
you know what's mad though? Like, I know these guys got a lot of money and what have you, but like, I wonder with the drugs testing.
Oh,
because I'm not saying that they're taking steroids or nothing, but I'm just saying like with the drugs testing, imagine one of them was to fail it right before the fight. The difference they would still allow that event to go ahead.
Oh yeah, definitely.
For money wise, they have to.
It's not like UFC or professional boxing. They are doing it more professional. Don't get me wrong, but it's not fully there. I don't think. That's opened up a worm there. I don't know about drug testing and
I've not asked about that. I've not seen nothing about that.
I don't think it's one of them. People been saying, is it?
I would imagine it would be. Surely they won't let him go ahead without.
Yeah, I think they would definitely like.
Even still, when you're new to it, fucked up shit. Like look at John Bones Jones. Like he took dick pills and.
Yeah, like
that literally got him disqualified from one of their fights.
There's so many things that can fail a drug test. Like people don't think it is what it is. Even formula to get into like some protein shakes because you get it elsewhere. Some things can get leaked in there, which is not meant to be there, and it's so easy to fail one. It's not as easy as people make it out to be. Drug tests can be picked up in little quantities.
But I mean, like KSI training with Mayweather's and.
Yeah, that's
so you would and then obviously Shannon Briggs is going to know about what to take and what you shouldn't take, but it's just dependent. Sometimes it could be a total accident and you could fail it, and I just personally wouldn't believe that if that were to happen that they bring that out to the public. They just let that event go ahead.
You've got to admit one thing. I was just going to say, because of the drug tests and like obviously formula and whatever their supplements they're taking, both look better shaped than last year. Both actually both of them have got more definition to them. KSI seems to put on more mass, and Logan seems to define himself a lot more. I don't think
KSI's as chiseled as last year, but he's a lot broader.
And that's power. That is power. Like at the end of the day, you don't need to be chiseled. Like Anthony Joshua's fight recently proved it as well. Big guy he took on. It is what it is. Big guys can do damage, and not saying KSI is big, but I'm saying he's put more muscles on. Like he is definitely got a bit more front behind him, and them punches will obviously hurt. Like Logan Paul will feel the power behind him a lot more.
But same both ways. I think Logan's got more technique now.
Yeah.
So he says he 6 months on training. I mean, that's probably bullshit because we know that Logan does talk a lot of shit. But even if he had a year, another year on top, or another 2 years on top, you're going to be more experienced. So.
I think he focused a lot more on it than last year. Like he pretty much went out that boxing ring and went straight back into like training straight away. And KSI did do it quite late. I think KSI has been focusing on YouTube in a lot more, which respect to him, because a lot of his obviously YouTube community is built around that, and you know his video content has been great, and Logan Paul's kind of taken a more of a personal development. But again, I think it's what's needed for both of them at that point. KSI is keeping it real. Logan's trying to, you know, achieve something for himself now as well. They've both got nothing to prove in terms of success. No. Both of them got nothing more to prove. They are both successful people.
Who's got the biggest dick, really, isn't it? That's what the context comes down to. Who's got the biggest dick?
That's it. Who like it is like who's king of like YouTube out of these two lads, but it is pretty much like who's got like the fucking biggest stick out there. That's pretty much how it's gonna go down, and it's bragging rights. That's what it is. It's literally bragging rights.
I hope that they touch gloves after the fight at least, and they're cool with each other. I mean, before the fight, you don't have to touch gloves. Fair enough, whatever. I know they won't because it'll be the heat, but after the fight, you know, show some love, both of you, whoever's doing it.
Be professional, because the professional world's watching. Your Sky Sports, people don't understand that this is a big thing, right? They're like, oh, YouTube had a lot of, you know, people dwelling in. And yeah, YouTube's bigger than Sky Sports, but Sky Sports is an established company. These guys keep it professional, clean, no swearing.
Just sports, isn't it?
It is sports. They respect the sport as itself fully, whilst YouTube is a platform for everything. And yeah, YouTubing is definitely bigger, but when professional, you know, major broadcasting like Sky's been around for ages and now coming in, I'm saying, who are these two YouTubers? How big they are? That is pushing in the new generation. And these two men are leading it in the forefront. And you can't pick two better guys, in my eyes. One, it's literally UK versus USA. That's how it feels like. It is literally United Kingdom versus United States, and that is a big fight. The way they even sell it out, it's like that, and people understand that this is going to generate massive amount of audience. And yeah, I want them to be professional at the end. I really do. I think KSI says he does hate Logan Paul. He has no respect for him, which I can see why.
After what them two have been through, like, I'm sure feelings mutual on Logan.
But there's got to be some respect in there, where he would have said, look, this guy went toe to toe with me, you know, he's literally dedicated that for that. And you know what, Logan does at least deserve that from KSI. I think it's one of them things. But I mean,
this be like the new controversy. If this is fake, what's going to happen is after the fight, there's going to be like a Habib remake where someone dives into the crowd at someone else's feet. If this is fake, that's what's going to happen. And that shows that it was a setup. Yeah. Because that's just generating more views and more views and more views. That's all they're thinking about.
Everyone's saying, is it fake? And like Logan and KSI both come out and they like cleared up some things, which is true. Like, why would they be training? Why would they be going ham as much as they are? Like, if it's all just a setup, I don't believe it is. I really don't. No. I'm not saying that, but it's like where people, anyone who's got like any doubts, I think it's just stuff. If something like that, like you said, happens, where it looks like a blatant obvious thing, then yeah, it is a setup. But until that, you're taking it as it is, and I think these guys are genuinely
they were both
wanting to go ham on one another.
Like a black eye. His eye was pretty bad on the last fight.
Oh yeah, he got bruised.
Logan, I believe, was cut a little bit. So I think that.
Yo, Deji's next vid, he was smashed up by Jake Paul as well.
That's what I mean. So.
One thing I want to go back on, and I'm going to say this: Joe Weller got pretty much destroyed by KSI, and he knows that. I think he balled it. He's like, and I understand why. You know what? Pressure got to him, and that no pressure will get to any man, really. But Deji and Jake Paul had a freaking good match. They did have a really good match, and I think that needs respect, because no one hated on Deji afterwards, because everyone said Deji went in. He just didn't have that cardio. And I think he knew
went
that.
Too wild.
Yeah, he went too wild. But you could tell he had that strikes. You could tell he's been training and working out. But Jake Paul had that balance, you know, that literally that control. And at the end of the day, it was going to go down his way because it's more about who's the cool-headed one, who's thinking, you know, for the more rounds over there. And I think both KSI and Logan Paul understand that as well. They both like got the psyche behind it now to like, look, we need to really focus on what's going to happen in the next round after. Both of them would have been working cardio hard, but like I said, Logan Paul is definitely more chiseled. He's like been really focusing on fitness and like major like mountain
He knows
runs.
that's what cost him. That's why big time. He run out of gas way too early.
But
Les Conor McGregor runs out of gas, so I mean you're a bad fighter if you run out of gas.
it is like cardio is a big factor. No one takes cardio as it is, but your cardio is going to be one of the bigger things out there. Like your both fighters, if they get tired, they run out of power, they run out of steam, they run out of like strength. Everything goes.
Just because survival, doesn't it? For the end of
And
the
it's
fight.
pretty much first knockout. You will get fully winded if you took a huge punch. It literally matters so much for your heart to be in the right, you know. Balance.
It better not be a draw again, though. If it's a draw
Nah,
again,
I don't
it's
think it's a draw.
stupid.
It can't be a draw. It's professional. There's no head guards. Is it 8 ounce gloves? I don't even know.
Yeah.
8 ounce gloves. There's no way. There is literally no way it can be a draw. Yo, Briggs. Obviously, we covered quite a bit of things over here. I think that, like we got both of our opinions well thought out over there. Like we shared what we can do. But yo, I want to say one final question, yeah, and like literally think about this. What happens next after this fight? Like, what happens to KSI? What happens to Logan Paul? Like, where do they go from here? Like, are they just gonna go back fully YouTubing, or are they gonna make this into an annual event, or much as they can do? Are they gonna try to expand it for more YouTubers?
Winner's definitely staying on. I can see that. I mean, if KSI loses, I can see him wanting a rematch. Even though I probably won't get it, I can see him wanting it.
Yeah.
Logan loses, he's just going to go back to doing what he was doing before. I don't think he'll do what Joe Weller did pretty much. He'll go quiet for a bit and he'll go back to normal videos. KSI, you never know, sky's the limit with that guy. He carries on, doesn't he? He don't stop.
Yeah, I think he's got such a drive. Like he's definitely goes more and more doing different things. Like KSI, one thing you gotta respect is adaptability. Like he's done so much throughout YouTubing and he's still pushing forward.
Yeah, trust me.
And I hope, if anything, Logan Paul can see something behind that. And if whatever Logan Paul's looking for, I think he's more likely looking to get beyond what happened and getting past it and create a new identity for him. I think he understands that he was young, and I think now it's time for him to grow up. Hopefully that this is going to be one of the things that's going to help him, you know, shape him to the person he is, and maybe someone for good. That's pretty much what it is. But yeah, I think you're right. YouTubing both seems naturally for them.
I think they'll just fall back to it. And then KSI does what KSI does. He'll do anything. Really.
Yeah, I mean, eventually down the line, I mean, talking 10 years from now, it's going to be freaking. Obviously, there's going to be a different story. They're both going to be men at that point, but they will probably may even turn this into a business. Yeah, and you know,
well, it already is. Really.
Yeah, it is, but like taking like real ownership of like a full business structure. These guys have got they got the idea, they got the freaking business mindset for it. I reckon them two are going to become like successful businessmen no matter what. But they can turn this YouTube boxing into like a full business, a full annual event, and major like sports channels like Sky Sports, ESPN, all the Fox, all that will probably like come up to them and say how much. Like literally it will come to that point where it's like how much, and then other YouTubers will be like, well, YouTube UFC or YouTube MMA, something like it. It's a foundation. This is a foundation of something that they're both creating, like. And I think it's more being expanded through KSI and Logan Paul. Like, although Joe Weller did kind of give props to him, he did start it. I think these two are now the poster boys.
Oh yeah, definitely.
They're more the poster boys, and they can lead that up. Yo, any final thoughts? Want to say anything?
I just hope KSI knocks him out.
You hope KSI knocks him out.
As well.
Yo, I'm rooting for KSI as well. I'm rooting for KSI because obviously he's my main man. He's obviously the biggest, in my eyes, my favourite YouTuber. So I can't fault him, but I say respect to both fighters. Hopefully, you know, it be a good round. We'll see how it goes. November the 9th, it's going to be tuning in. I'm going to watch True Geordie's like live event for that, because it's just a shame True Geordie missed out on that, but that's my final thought on it, because like that man is the best. Yeah, that man's the best for podcasting commentary. But yeah, guys, what I want to say is I appreciate obviously the massive support recently on getting on the channel. We are obviously so close to that 1,000 subscribers. So if you are new, if you do obviously want to stay tuned for FIFA vid, stuff like podcasting with me and Briggs, other like stuff I do on my channel, check it out, hit that subscribe button, show some love by giving this video a thumbs up, because that actually boosts up the channel. It's a massive appreciation as well. But yeah, hopefully, like I said, my YouTubing kind of kicks off a bit more as well, because I'm obviously trying to focus on this just like every other YouTuber. But like I said, join on board. Let me know what you guys think. Comment below. And for now, I'll see you next time. Peace up. Group A, we got Club Berg. I don't know. It's a freaking Belgian
They've
club.
lost anyway.